Predrag. Welcome to this new series of Best Day Talks, Best Day Short Conversations. So, tell us a little bit more about yourself. I think it's always the best thing that you introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Martina, thank you very much for having me here. It's actually great to welcome you to the Chedi Hotel and Luštica Bay in Montenegro. I'm happy to participate in this series and also looking forward to the event in February next year. Couple of words about me. I'm Predrag from Podgorica, from the capital of Montenegro. I moved to the Montenegro's coast back in 2014 when I was proud to participate in the pre-opening of Regent Porto Montenegro, which was one of the best hotels at that time in Montenegro. And after a couple of years over there, I had a great opportunity to move to Luštica Bay, to the Chedi Hotel, and be part of the pre-opening team.
And today your role in Chedi is?
I'm Director of Revenue since the pre-opening. I started as a reservation manager and I had a great support from the GM, and it gave me a chance to learn more about this industry in the past 8 years. So I managed to learn and grow into the role of a director in the last couple of years.
So very responsible role for revenue.
Yes. We're growing our revenues year over year. It's a lot of responsibility, but it's also a lot of fun, as maybe some people don't know much about this industry and the particular role, but it's actually behind the roles there is a lot going on, and it's a lot of I would say fun for me to work with numbers and to convert them in actual strategy for the hotel to see growth year over year.
So we are here today in the Chedi Luštica Bay hotel and residences. Tell us a little bit more about this amazing place.
So the hotel is part actually of a much bigger development. So Orascom conglomerate from Egypt is leasing this 7 million square meters on Luštica Peninsula, and there is a master project to build hotels, residences, golfs and villas. So we are first of 7 hotels, and we opened in 2018, as I mentioned already. We have 111 rooms and suites, and we are, I would say, among top 3 hotels in Montenegro.
Yes, I can imagine. So you said you are director of revenue, and can you tell us a little bit more what metrics today are the most important for you for the hotel?
Well, beside the usual metrics such as occupancy and ADR, average room rate, we are looking into growing profitability year over year. So obviously we cannot rely only on occupancy and average room rate, and we're looking into GOP per available room, extra spending per guest in-house. So these are some couple of more metrics that are very important to us, and of course RevPAR, so revenue per available room. So I would say those 5-6 KPIs are the main, let's say, so I would say that those 5-6 KPIs are the main drivers for growth of our hotel.
And before this interview, we went for a little tour around the hotel, and I saw many different outlets. Do you have any specific outlet that we saw that you could say that really generates a nice piece of additional revenue?
Well, F&B and banqueting are definitely one of the key pieces of our business, as sometimes hotels rely only on room revenue as the main driver. However, with us, we place great significance on food and beverage and other revenues, as we see great potential in this regards, especially when it comes to MICE. We host dozens of groups over the year, and we see that there is a lot of potential in this segment. And for example, if you ask me about the particular outlet, I would say that our restaurant, The Spot, on the promenade is one of our most important outlets, as it's placed right on the promenade, and we have a great menu and great service, and which is, I would say, it's outstanding outlet on the whole marina. So we see that people visit, especially seasonally. So.
And thank you for bringing me over there today for the lunch. It was really delicious and amazing.
I'm glad you liked it.
And if we would talk about, actually, if you would think about some projects or maybe experiments that you did this year, is there any specific that that you could talk about, that whether you learned something from that, whether it was the really successful or maybe a failure?
I could mention a couple of things. As you know, in the hospitality industry, there are always challenges ahead. However, we strive each year to overcome those challenges, as we are part of the broader geopolitical spectrum. So, for example, in our part of Adriatic, we rely a lot on Eastern business as lot as on Western. So sometimes, as we see, there are some geopolitical issues that arise, and sometimes we just have to replace business that we lose quickly. So, for example, in 2022, we had this conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and they were a big chunk of our business. So we needed to find ways to replace this business in a short period of time. So revenue, sales, and marketing teams worked closely to find a short-term strategy, because obviously sometimes things happen quickly.
But who can today plan such a long-term strategy?
So that's the thing. The markets are very, very volatile. So there is a lot of changes. So I think we did a really good job to replace our Eastern business quickly with the Western business. So this is not easy, especially in the short term, but again, it's possible.
Yes, it's possible. And this is kind of trend that we see all around this region, I would say, that always the markets are changing. You expect actually to have guests from a market where you invested, and then suddenly you have another market that is coming to you, and then you have to adjust on the way.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say the technology helps us a lot. We utilize a lot of tools, for example, revenue management system, business intelligence systems. So we use these tools along again with Google and social media to reach travelers, I would say, faster than ever. You don't need to go to some big fairs or to visit some different countries, because those kinds of sales actions take time to convert to actual business. But I would say that leveraging the technology that we have, like Google and social media, it's, I think, one of the greatest tools we have now to quickly reach new markets and audience.
And now when you mention technology and mention the different trends and changes on the market, there is one thing that we never stop talking about, and that is personalization. And how do you see today or tomorrow or in next maybe 6 months, 1 year, because we know that all the things are changing so fast, this personalization in hospitality? What's your point of view on that?
There is a lot of talks about personalization these days.
Is it possible?
It is possible. Maybe sometimes we shouldn't be overdoing it, because maybe people want to not to know too much about them. And us as hoteliers, obviously, we want to prepare for the guest arrivals in advance. So we contact them in advance, we learn about them, and we want basically, again, to personalize this experience as much as possible, so they feel like they came to their second home. So as we are in touch from pre-arrival with them, we try to learn about, again, all these preferences they might have, any allergies, any other things that they might need in advance to arrange their stay, from maybe F&B, from excursions they want to do. But again, sometimes I think hotels want to overdo it. So I think we are trying not to overdo it, and to be kind of, let's say, more, how can I say, to, samo sekund, da nađem na engleski. So as I said, we're trying not to overdo it, but rather to be more discreet, try to predict maybe sometimes what they might like, and actually let them discover more our destination, our hotel, so they can learn something new and not have everything personalized to them.
Yes. Actually, if I understood well, your business is you're doing everything to actually do your business, like to actually provide real hospitality service to your guests.
Yes.
Without letting them know how much you actually know about them.
Of course. We don't want to burden them with
Yeah.
knowing what are we doing in advance.
Predrag, thank you very much for this lovely conversation, and thank you very much for welcoming me in this amazing place of the Chedi Luštica Bay. And thank you for watching this. We will definitely continue this conversation on our next Best Day event, which will take place in February 2026 in Sheraton Zagreb Hotel. See you then.
Thank you, Martina.